Hello, everybody. I hope y'all doing wonderful. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to just chit chat, and I'm going to chit chat with y'all for about a good 25 minutes. Let's do about 25 minutes. Be dedicated for 25 minutes. Um, Maybe we can do a cool whipping hour, not hour, but 30 minutes. Y'all know this is my downtime. And that's I always told you I want to do something different. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the reactions. I do want to speak on one thing on the reaction segment, but I'll probably do that a little bit later. But I just want to react on some stuff that I came across and I thought it was amazingly funny. Like from Planet Fitness. Y'all, reason why I'm gonna do Planet Fitness today is because that is the gym that I have. But now they got this big old thing controversial, and I just wanted to just rattle some people's brains and see, hey, was Planet Fitness wrong for terminating this lady's gym membership because she released a photo of a guy in the females locker room? Now, technically, that is like a hell to the no. Doesn't matter how we look at it, and then what is the cause of the photo, but you just don't do that. That's like evading people's privacy all the way around. And I think that we kind of got a lot of stuff. We're so quick to pick up our phone and record and take a picture of anything that we really don't think of like policies. Um, and it necessarily doesn't have to do with anything that it was a man in the women's locker room, but but that's different. That's different, King Mike. But at the end of the day, what was it wrong? And I will have to say, policy is policy. That is one of the biggest things that they are very strict on is recording at that gym. Actually, I don't even think you can like upload like if you go to that gym and you say, "Hey, I'm a content creator," I think they might give you lean time. Like, oh, that gym is open 24 hours where I'm at. So they might say, well, this is our lowest downtime. So you can only record in this area. And that makes sense. I mean, give and take, you're not recording nobody in the locker room, you're not recording nobody else walking around the gym. So that is the proper thing you should do. But I think sometimes we just live in that generation that it's so easy for anybody to pick up a camera and justify it, say, see, and that it's not really justification. So I'm just looking at it in a business sense. Like that guy had the right to use the bathroom of his choice. I'm assuming how he feels safe. But this is also a cause of not standing up for nonsense when we supposed to have stand up for nonsense. If we stood up for a transgender being in the girls basketball team because he identified himself as a girl, they should have made some stimulations of that as well. Like, okay, how about this? We'll do uh, a different alternative group versus put the boy in the girls in the basketball team instead of just compromising. you know I think this is going to be like, and also I can look at it in so many different ways. If you listen to the story, it's a 12-year-old at the gym, and she stopped, and she just one lady walked in, and you could just basically say, this could be a setup. This could go in any direction. If we ever looked at it, this could looked at it as, see, they don't care about no child safety, vice versa. They're picking on me because I'm a transgender. This could go in so many different directions. So um that's just how I feel about the whole situation. I feel like this is a cause now that's going to cause a lot of problems, and we could just easily said stopped it. before it even started this big. Um, and be honest with you, I don't see the need of. To me, it sounds crazy listening to these stories. I'll be like, I'll be assuming that this man, if he identifies himself as a woman, and that should be the place that he feels safe, is being around men. Not necessarily a man's going to beat you up and because you're that type of way. No, we all have rights now, but I'll assume that'll be you get first dubs. And y'all ladies, if y'all know what I'm talking about, like, hey, no, I want to be where the action is. So that's real talk. I want to be where the action is. I wouldn't want to be where that's not the action. But to each his own. It's very sickening, and no matter how you look at it, we cannot justify the fact. And I think one story said that he was in the nude. Um, and I think I heard that story this morning actually on the radio, and then I saw the story in my news read online, and I was like, but online it didn't tell me anything about what he was wearing. They just said he was shaving in the women's bathroom, and he goes by the he goes by whatever he goes by, the queer side. So to at the end of the day, I want to say sometimes people, we need to start being careful what we agree to. This is something that, most of the time people, we don't necessarily know what we're agreeing to. We just hear somebody roar and we were like, yeah, I feel you, but we don't understand why they're roaring. Because anybody in their right mind would be like, I'm a male. I need to be with another male. I just thought it was kind of funny now looking at it, like going back and picturing that newsletter. Just listening to how that lady did describe that girl when she walked in the gym and the girl stopped and just like stare. It can give you like a certain fear. Like that's a danger. This is a danger zone. Like this is not a safe havens. This is not a protection. I felt like she was, something wasn't right for that little girl to walk in that. So y'all, there were so many questions about this whole story. I'm like, why is a 12-year-old in the jail without a parent? That went through my mind. Like, where's the parent at? Because the lady who took the picture, I thought that was the parent, but she wasn't a parent. She was just a standby. But and also, y'all, there was a story I read today that this father got arrested for calling the cops more than 5 times for his son's homework. And when I tell y'all, this was so funny, but at the end of the day, if you are a parent, that can be very frustrating. And majority of the time, it's probably bad time management. It was probably not the school giving out a lot of homework in one setting. It probably was time management. So, but he kept calling the cops and calling 911 and complaining about it. That the cops was like, hey, we're just going to arrest you. I don't know what's going on with you, but we're just going to take you away for a couple of hours. And hopefully your son will have his homework done, because his biggest complaint was it's taken away from him and his son's time. And I'm sitting there like, wow. But believe it or not, this is probably like the cram time for a lot of teachers. And I'm only assuming that because there's so many. My kids have the end of the year testing, right? And then they also just finished like statewide tests. I don't know why. I would assume that should be enough, the statewide test. But no, they have an end of the year test, and then they have the statewide to see where is each school's levels at. And it makes sense. But I feel like that's just too much cramming information. Now they're cramming information, and then when they come back from spring break, they got to cram again because their testing comes back in May. So I I'm more a little bit, y'all. I'm not being hard on them, but I don't expect. I expect to see their grade level high, and they retain the information. And if they somehow mess up on the test, I'm more lenient towards the end of the year testing or the state test. I don't really judge that as a parent. Like, okay, you did good. You could do better. No, I just that test can be either way. I don't know if anybody know anything about state testing, but I don't think that makes a kid smarter or less smarter. I think it's more of what they retain. Um, and that's how I feel. So I'm not very strict on these end of the year testing that some parents be freaking out. I'm like, they get it, they get it. They don't, they don't. That's how I look at it. So I'm not really like, the quarter, I want to see good grades. But if it's like the end of the year testing and they might have to do summer school over, I let that happen because I know that at the end of the day, they did well all year. And that's just how I look at it. But majority of the time, my son he's studying his tail off, so he do not have to go to summer school and AKA ruin his summer. Okay. That boy, one year, my daughter had to go to summer school, and he was like, because he had to stay at home. He had to, did he stay at home? No, he didn't have to stay at home, but he couldn't go to my mother's house until, Leah came home from things. So he thought he had it made. Oh my gosh, you're ruining my summer. And as long as I got a summer. And that following year, he failed his reading. Y'all, when I tell you, this boy cried so hard because that last summer he was picking on his sister because she had to go to summer school, and he cried. Yeah. Y'all, that was the most funniest thing ever. And this year he is determined to not to lose his summer. Like he do not want to lose that summer. I'm dead ass. But I just think I think sometimes we put a lot on these kids. So I am one of these parents that be like, they don't need an end of the year testing. They don't. They don't. That's one last thing they need to be stressed about. So I'm the big advocate of, and in state testing, I think that is plumb stupid. Because I feel like they're going to they cram just enough much material. So by the time the end of the summer, they don't know that material. So hopefully they find a better check and balance when it comes down to education for children. Because right now these testings don't do us anything. So I understand that father. I really percent understand that father. Because yeah, my kids, they have like 3 testing. My daughter had 3. My son had 2 this year. So my daughter had 3. I think she had a reading, a math, and a science. And my son just had a reading and a math. And when I tell you, I be like, this is dumb. This is dumb. But it happens, y'all. It's not the end of the world. So I did want to shoot the shits on this topic, y'all. I really did. I want to shoot the shits on this topic. All right, so I wouldn't consider myself as a reactor. Yeah, you could say it because I do react on certain people. But there's a thin line that I personally do not cross, and that is beefing with other reactors or feeling like I need to attack reactors because for whatever reason. They got better views than me. They have a better support band, the support group. You should always wish the people you rub elbows with the best. And I did see this one guy and I tried to support him. I did. But I feel like what women are saying about you is semi right. And there was a couple of men reactors that they're cool. Not because they're cool with me or cool with other people I like. They're cool. They know their place. They know they know how to speak on certain things. And they don't jump. Hold on one moment. Okay, I'm sorry about that. They know their place. They know how to turn off this. They know that this is not reality. That this is just reality. It's not. This is fantasy. This is not reality. This is not their lifeline. A lot of times, I see that this might be that person's lifeline. So you're sitting there picking on somebody, or you're sitting there trying to giggle on other reactors. It's like, why? And y'all, it's not even if he was talking about me or somebody else, but why why does it matter? You're supposed to be on here reacting on these mommies, not on other ladies that you secretly jealous of. That's crazy. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times people can be very jealous of other people's success because you're trying to figure out why I'm more funnier than this person. I'm more. But be honest with you, you still got the same shit the other person got. You still doing the exact same shit that other people doing. That's crazy to me. I don't understand the beef with our sector. We're doing the exact same thing. We probably have the similar same ideas. Some of us have funny ways of saying it. Some of us have comical ways of putting it on video. Some of us think 5 steps ahead of other people, but it's okay. Some of us use other people in our chats to make our point across. Is 100% fine. But sometimes when people get in this on this sector, they're secretly jealous of somebody. Like, why? I love all the reactors as human beings, not like besties. I don't think some of us will ever be besties, but I respect them. And I know that their job is as harder as the next. So I was like, who you throwing jabs at? I want to know, if you're going to throw jabs, you might as well say who you're talking about. Because I'm very interested, because you put it out there. Because y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed, this has something to do with, and they basically put something on about the weight. Some of y'all women on these no cam dub, y'all look like y'all sound like y'all overweight. And women was in that thing just yep, yep, yep. Excuse me. And I don't know if y'all know, but I never heard King Mike talk about another reactors. And he probably King is one person that I would have to say that is, yeah, he's legit. I never once heard, and if I'm using your name and you don't like it, please correct me. I never heard Miss from Missing Gates. I never heard him speak bad on nobody. I never heard him beefing with nobody. They basically stay in that lane. There's a couple of reactors that stay in their fucking lane. But it just be sometimes it be those jealousy. It be jealousy men. Like I'm like, boy, you killed it. I don't understand. You when y'all see what I feel, that killed it. I'm like, whoa. When did you start talking about reactors? And you know that saying, a hit dog will holler. It has nothing to do with if it's about me or somebody else. It's more about darn. That's a jealousy tactic. That's not a growth tactic. And you wonder why you crying about being dismonetized. And y'all, I'm not monetized. So hey, you can pick on me all day long. I'm not monetized. But at the end of the day, get your job and do it. Get your reaction. Stop looking at other people. If you feel threatened, don't look at the other reactors and steal their words. Steal what the people in the comment is talking about. Form your own. Because that tells me when you said something like that, that means you go in other people's information, their other people's lives, and you find information so you don't have to do work. Reactors, that's what we do. When a reactor watch another reactor, that's what they do. They steal the people's content. That's the reason I go hard on Medusa. Medusa don't watch jazz shit for and learn her. She don't. So she sits around and watch 7,000 other reactors about her, and then she based her opinion off of what other people are saying in the comment section. That shit is hard fucking work if you actually do it yourself. That's the reason why I can go back in time and say, Jazz, you did this, you did that. This is a pattern. You doing this. Sky, you doing this, you doing that. Diamond, you doing. And by the way, Diamond, you doing good, darling. I like I said, I give you your little coins when you're doing well, and you are doing very well, Diamond. I'm gonna be honest with you. Only thing that is stopping you from going past and to beyond is Polybag. Mm-hmm. But besides that, you're doing good. You're doing good, even though you're trying to steal some tips from my jazzy life by spelling words wrong for kicks and giggles. But you're doing good. But again, if you tend to your own stuff, you won't have to worry about what another reactor sounding like if she's not on the camera. And it has nothing to personally do with me. I have something against you attacking people that you have to go on their lives to steal their information. I'm just saying. You saw that, Ebony? I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be hateful or rude. But people really go on other people's page and steal other people's information. If you go on some of these reactors, right? And they're talking about, let's say, the food. So they upload something today of the food. You go on two people that talked about My Jazzy Life. My Jazzy Life just did a food video of her have to throw away food out her deep freezer. I bet you it'll be spit by spit of what somebody else said or what they read in the comments. There's a couple of people I've been watching, and they've been using exactly everything that somebody's writing in the comments or said, or they did a video and they spoke on it. People don't know how to just find information and say, okay, nobody's not talking about this. For example, Why nobody's not talking about that dirty ass mattress Jazz is still saving? See, that's what a reactor does. Reactors report out shit that doesn't make sense. There's a mattress that Jazz got on her in her garage when she was doing that. She's restocking her freezer. That mattress, like one side of that mattress is dirty as hell. And nobody haven't made a video about it. But that's something that if you was a reactor, you would point that shit out. But no, you wait till other people are saying something and you do a video on it. That's not reacting. See, there's a time and place, and it's not about him being in a man's place. That's not what I'm trying to say. I really don't care if you're a man or a woman. I'm just saying you come over here to attack because you're threatened. I did wish him the best. You're almost there. You're good. You're doing good. But when you attack whoever, and he might be attacking me because I never came up. But at the end of the day, you're threatened. So maybe you need to find what you're really comfortable in talking about. Because sometimes motherfuckers don't be comfortable. I'm not comfortable in talking about my jazzy life. All these mommies sometimes. I'm not comfortable. Mentally, I'm not. I can't be mentally comfortable by talking about these mommies. Because one, I can't relate. And then sometimes I be heartbroken because I'm like, damn, did I really say that? I'm really telling another woman, I'm single. I'm really telling another woman she don't need no man that don't buy her a table. Am I that shallow? Yeah. Like, yeah, why am I spreading my legs? I don't got no kitchen table for my kid. What's more important? But it takes you to take, you have to watch 5 or 6 different reactors to have your own damn content. And you say, this is my content. No, with the backs of other reactors. And y'all, and that's the reason why you don't see a lot of videos from me from people. Because my thing, I'm sitting back and I be sitting back in the cut and I look at it. I'm like, man, I was going to say that. You can't. Then you have to go and find you something else. And then you have to make sure that you and somebody else is not eating off of each other. That is a reactor. We got to make sure we're not eating off of each other. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's probably the reason why Lala said she couldn't do my jazzy life. Because it seemed like everybody was eating off of the same thing. I understand. And I see why she don't want to do Nika now. I really do. Even though she has her own style. But I bet you, now this is real talk. People watch Lala's reaction before they watch Jazz's video. Scary, ain't it? They watched her reaction before they watched Jazz's video. And Lala didn't do, sometimes she showed skits or she showed little, but she, you know what I'm saying? They would go and watch somebody else's live and then go watch that video. Because during that whole time they can't tell you anything. So next time, if any of y'all reactors, y'all want to speak on another reactor, just look in the mirror and see if you're jealous of that reactor because of the numbers and the views that they get. Because I'm not getting numbers and views over here, so it doesn't matter. Okay. But at the end of the day, if you have to use other people's reactions, and then you feel like you tough Tony and say whatever you said because you're actually mad, or you think it was funny, you think it's cute. It's not. It's not at all. Now, y'all, I like the angry man. I love the angry man. And y'all ever seen the angry man? He's that one with those, he always got that facial expression and he's always talking crazy, but it's funny. I like the angry man. I do. And I like JR Wisdom. All right. I like, I like and Tony Sonia Mayer. I like those. There was really good male reactions off of female shenanigans. Okay. They're, hey, it is what it is. They have a place in this society, okay? But do you think they're going to go toe to toe with a woman reactor like them? Probably not. They could do a video of the same thing. Or you know what? You can't say the angry man because he's sarcastic. And you know what? And I be thinking this, y'all. I do. I secretly think he has crushes on these women that he don't like. I seriously, I would like to see his wife. I really do. Angry man, I would like to see his wife. Cause he be acting like he got the perfect wife. But I think his wife acts just like all those. Y'all think I'm joking. I think his wife act like these ladies that he speak of. Well, y'all get what I'm saying? They're not going to go toe to toe with. They're not going to go toe to toe with the same situation. Who is that? That's crazy. And you know what? And I'll be honest with you. I give the mommy sector, the original mommy sector, about 2 more years, right? I give them 2 years. And the reason I said 2 years because their run is about to end. Okay. The My Jazzy Lives, um Strong Mommy Chrissy, their lives about to end. Their YouTube channel is about to end. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because aging is going to kick their ass. Life is going to kick their ass. Real adult problems is going to make them forget of a thing called social media. Like my run for social media might last until the end of this year because something might take place in my life that I have to grow up. And I can't be like, let me upload, let me talk about this person. Life might really happen for me. But you got to constantly feed more people on your repertoire than anything. You cannot keep on reacting on the same mommies because 8 other people are still reacting on them. Just think of it like that. And you would never be beefing with anybody. Why do you think Tasha K is so cocky? Tasha K used to, before she did celebrities, she talked about local people. She talked about people on the internet. Then she got a little bit bigger. She got a little bit okay. She started talking about celebrities. Now Tasha K can go back and forth with anybody that she runs across. She just did a whole segment about Nature Boy. If anybody don't know Nature Boy, Go follow him. He's in jail right now. He in prison right now. She followed Nature Boy. She follows different platforms. She follows Bigo. She follows, gosh, Mercury, Marcy, or Mako, or something like that. She followed Facebook. Everybody. She got different people that she speaks on. Now, people don't like her. People don't like her. It's okay. But at the end of the day, you can't say that she's stuck on Carly B. That's one thing you can say about Tasha K. She ain't stuck on Carly B. Some of us, we're really stuck on My Jazzy Life. We're stuck on The Who Lives. And that's where we stop. We sit there. You know what? I'm going to say this. I think she knew that deep freezer was bad before she bought all that stuff, right? Because you telling me that you go grocery shopping on the 6th. Now, I'm going to say the 6th, that's when her food stamp hit. All right, so she might even drop that video a little bit later. But at the end of the day, if we go back and look at some of her lives or her pictures, that we're going to see about 12 days that she wore that outfit, okay? That she, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to make it seem like she wore that outfit. But if we go back to that outfit that she had, she most likely wore that in a live or in a short, okay? Real talk. So, at the end of the day, My Jazzy Life probably knew that that food was spoiled instantly. And guess what she did? Well, I need something to talk about. And ding dong. She let that meat sit there because that's how trifling she is. That's how trifling she is. I want to know how long it took her to um unclog that toilet because she talked about it. So to me, I think it's staged. Sometimes it's staged. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, that's staged. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I can smell like if my daughter doesn't drain the water, like that's something I'm getting on her about. I'm draining the dishwater. Drain that dishwater. I don't want to walk in my house and my house smell like dishwater from last night. No, I don't. Drain that water. Okay? It's easy peasy. But y'all, I have to run and I'll talk to y'all beautiful people later. Bye.